Mike Fairlack here to entertain you with the help of Motley Crue. I just spent the last 2 days listening to 3 different cassettes from them. 85's Theater of Pain, 87's Girls, 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 and 89's Dr. Feelgood. I wouldn't say they straight up suck, but it's what one would expect from that era. Kind of mediocre, and mediocre is not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes mediocre is just the code word for just for fun. Because I definitely was having fun listening to them, but wasn't a whole lot unique or timeless stuff about the music. Some tracks I recognize because I think they were used in movies. That's just a sign of good management. The bosses knew the band's both their strength and their limitations. Personally, I guess I was a little more impressed with Twisted Sister, musically speaking. When I'm listening to these tapes at work, oftentimes people bug me. Why don't you just get an iPod or an MP3 player? Well, with this older stuff, I pay next to nothing for it, and I don't have to worry about it getting busted up. And oftentimes I have to clean them up a little bit, but I find that a little piece of cloth and some spick and span, and I don't know if you can see it, but just put it in there to replace that little cloth piece that commonly breaks off. And after 2 or 3 plays, the thing plays like new. Another common issue with cassette tapes is the case often breaks that crucial piece. So I came up with just a piece of anything with adhesive on it. So the case is still usable. And oftentimes I got a couple of tries with that cloth method, because got to keep changing its diaper. but it makes sense though that this Motley Crue one would be so dirty. No doubt it was probably played in somebody's garage in '85. But the reason I do this is you have to be innovative if you want to save money in this world. Yeah, I could have bought then you buy an MP3 player, an iPod, then you got to take the time to put all that material on there when I already have all the material on vinyl, CD, or cassette. To me, it's just the point is moot. But anyways, it would make sense that this Motley Crue '85 one was so dirty. It was obviously, judging by the case and the tape, it was obviously played in somebody's garage, No doubt playing it while working on a Camaro, maybe an El Camino, possibly a Pinto. Someone with a mullet, possibly permed. I don't personally recall ever seeing a person like that live and in person, other than on a movie, but probably revving the engine, got that loud dual exhaust on there, till the authorities show up and threaten them with a citation for disturbing the peace. It was '85. It seems like that's what the kids did. I was just a little kid, but. But anyways, that's my theory, judging by the condition of this old '85 Motley Crue cassette tape. Sometimes the tapes I find are too far gone, but I'd say 99% of the time, I find a cassette at the Goodwill Salvation Army using aftermarket techniques. I can usually get them to play like new. So, maybe one person watching this might be interested in how I do it. But, yeah, I never did get an MP3 player. To me, it's like if one is so impressed with technology that they just gotta spend their money on it, hey, takes all kinds of people to make a world. But me, I like technology. I'm just not impressed by it. Now back to my reflection of listening to Motley Crue last day or so at work. Apparently, after listening to 3 albums, apparently the 2 dots above the O in Motley and the U in Crue was a marketing thing, according to somebody. But I would say they really like the term "kicking ass," and they really like the corporate engine sounds into their music. That's cool. I liked it too. There were 2 covers I came across: "Smoking in the Boys' Room" and "Jailhouse Rock." Somebody told me that there was apparently a movie called Dirty, so I don't know if I ever come across that at the Goodwill. I'll probably pick it up, but or I'll just go online and see if there's anything on there about it. The person who told me about it said that it's not for kids. Well, Tommy Lee, I guess that would make sense. Lot of clever song titles, including "Don't Go Away Mad, Just Go Away." Don't go away mad, just go away. I never met a Dr. Feelgood. I knew a Dr. Z, but nope, no Dr. Feelgood. They obviously jumped on the Warrant cherry pie bandwagon with titles like "Slice of Your Pie" and "Sticky Sweet." Very suggestive. Another one, "She Goes Down." She goes down south. And apparently in '85 there was a fundamental difference between city boy blues and country boy blues. And the titles "Louder Than Hell" and "Fight for Your Rights" go hand in hand. Oh, damn it. They're going to flag this video. I said the word "fight." The crime of the times. Hey, that wasn't a title that was on here, but somebody should make that a song. The crime of the times, or maybe it already exists. I'll have to Google it. Crime of the times. It was the crime of the times. I like "Keep Your Eye on the Money." That was a good song title, and that's just good sound advice. Just don't get distracted by those girls, girls, girls. Yeah, keeping your eye on the money. Yeah, be prepared where it may lead you. A little thing called truth about human nature. Alright, I'm going to wrap this one up with a little more fun with Motley Crue song titles. So after living it up and taking a ride on the wild side and dancing on glass, doing that bad boy boogie thing, it's no wonder you're 5 years dead. But SOS, it's the same old situation where everybody assumes entitlement for government powers that be to save your souls. Getting something for nothing. It's no wonder there's terror in Tinseltown. We as a people are never going to make it home sweet home if we're constantly living on the edge. Scratch that last one. That's Aerosmith. Besides, it's better to raise your hands to rock than it is to be living on the edge. I thought this SD card would be filled by now. Well, it's morning. These early morning videos are probably a better idea. My brain works better. I came home last night, and to my surprise, a package I ordered was already here. I was like, I was amazed how quick. I've been wanting them since I learned of their existence 7 years ago, but Quantum Leap comics. I read the first one last night, and I read part of the last one because I was just too intrigued. I wanted to make sure that Sam actually... Did Sam actually leap in this story? Does Sam actually leap into an alien, or just a guy at a costume party? But yeah, I learned these things existence about 7 years ago, and I've been wanting them ever since. I already have several of the novel forms. That after the show went off the air, they were still producing novels. An example of that is a story called Double or Nothing, where Sam leaps into twins. So it's like his soul is like torn between two bodies. Like, they never did that as an episode, but it definitely made a good story in the novel form. But I never knew of these comic books till now. So I read the first one. Whatever mental energy I had left last night, I read the first one, and then part of the last one. I didn't look ahead though at the end of the story though. But yeah, apparently Ziggy's having trouble deciphering the alien language, and yeah, they're I would say both the novels and now I'm learning these comic books are pretty faithful to the series. The first one I read last night, he leaps into a teacher at a ghetto school or inner city school, and he figures out, or Swiss cheese memory, that he might be able to save Dr. Martin Luther King from being assassinated, but that's against the rules. Anybody who's familiar with the show Quantum Leap. But he does make, obviously, some good changes to the kids' lives, and apparently they go on to do important things. And yeah, Quantum Leap. If you're familiar with the TV show, yeah, the books and the comics are pretty faithful. Okay, time for me to go to work. Mike Barilak. Thanks for your time.